Well, good day, everybody. Meteorologist Chris Mulcahy taking over the live Impact studio. I want to start off with the forecast, and then I'll get over to Jane, and we also have James in studio as well. It's a gorgeous day. It's spectacular, actually. I'm super pumped about it. So who's ready for greatness? Let's roll tape. Yeah, we are. Here we go. Bow. Okay, so this morning was chilly. You felt that fall crisp air, and then look at those blue skies off yonder. 64 degrees right now in Charlotte, 59 for you in Rock Hill, 61 in Hickory, and then we're back to the 50-degree point in the mountains. It was 41 as I saw for a low, but this morning we dropped down to 58 degrees. That is also the coolest low that we've had over the last 3 months. Since June 1st, we have had that. Now, it looks like overall we are dealing with pretty much a cooler pattern, and you're going to see really, I think, our bottom hit right around tomorrow morning where I have 56 degrees instead of 58, 57, back to 58 before we're right around 60 degrees pretty much Friday through the weekend before those temperatures start to come on up. But this is going to be a nice little trend, and we're heading in the right direction. But still, compared to 24 hours ago, boy, is there a big difference, because yesterday actually wasn't too bad. It just didn't warm up because of that cloud cover. So cloud cover in the morning is always going to keep you a little bit warmer. It's kind of like having your nice little blanket, but then sometimes it can be like a childhood blanket and there's some holes in it. Our 24-hour temperature change all over the place. About a 5 to 10 degree difference, but at one point early this morning when I was over in the studio, where there was a 19 degree difference where it was 19 degrees cooler for you around Boone, but you also dropped down to 41 degrees. Over the last few days, we have been all over the place, but welcome to fall, y'all. This is what happens. 89, feeling more like the lower to the mid-90s, and then yesterday at 74. Now, today's going to be a little bit better, about 78 degrees for Charlotte, 78 around Rock Hill, and 80 degrees is the top. Right around Lancaster. There's nothing really to mention as well because that cloud cover is pretty much non-existent. The rain is taking a huge break. I don't really have a lot to report. But the futurecast wind gusts are going to be a little bit on the breezy side. If you have any plans later this morning, heading into the afternoon, that breeze could take your napkins away if you're eating around lunchtime. So I just want everyone to be hesitant, hunker those down. Occasional gusts up to 20 to 25 will feel cool, which would be great when you're in the sunshine, not so much in the shade. After the evening, things are winding down. Speaking of the evening, officially at 8:13, the moon rises up, and unlike what we had about a week and a half ago, you're going to have more of a nighttime moon. We were having that last longer in the day compared to actually what we see at night. This is going to be perfect because it's 97% illuminated because we just hit our full moon, so it's going to be bright, beautiful, under a mostly clear sky. It's always really aesthetically pleasing to have something like that. Our next full moon, October 6th, so it's a ways away, but the reason why I'm really highlighting this, that's actually going to be our next super moon. It's not the biggest of the supermoons, but it's October, November, and December of this year. We have a supermoon. That just means that it is a slightly bigger looking moon and a slightly brighter moon. And then by the time the sun's rising up, we're hitting our low right around 56 degrees. What about our highs? What is going on here? We have the upper 70s over the next 3 days. It feels amazing. And then we're pretty much exchanging the lower to the mid 80s, which isn't too unusual for this time of year, going forward. But I think the biggest story that we have over the next 7 days is our rain chances. Look at that. This is essentially, if you just ignore the right part, this is what the graphic looks like when it's broken, when numbers aren't coming in, because we have zeros. And literally, I think the most of this time frame is going to be on the drier side, but we are anticipating a slight, I mean an ever so slight, barely chance that maybe you have a sprinkle on Tuesday night heading into Wednesday here. So I feel obliged to show it to you. This is barely anything, but here it is. So we have clouds possible tonight, so at worst it'll be partly cloudy, but then by late day tomorrow, we see clouds starting to increase from the east, which, by the way, it's the eastern side of the Carolinas they're going to see the rain. They'll have a chance for storms. There's even coastal advisories for some flooding right around Charleston just because of what's happening offshore, where we're kind of stuck in a little atmospheric block right now, and I'll get to that. But notice we see some green starting to work in. That's 3 a.m. on Wednesday. It's sticking around mainly east of I-77 into your Wednesday afternoon. I think a lot of this is dissipating before it hits the ground, so I am calling for some sprinkles for your Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. After that, we kind of dry out. Slightest chance again on Thursday, but all in all, looking pretty good. So your 7-day forecast, upper 70s to the lower to the mid 80s. And I think the best thing about this forecast is just how we feel feel it doesn't get much better than this, ladies and gentlemen, because as long as you're going to have those dew points that are on side, that's going to feel fantastic. There's nothing really to complain about. So get ready for a wonderful forecast. Nothing really too much as far as rain goes. Here's what it looks like as far as our weather chess game. The reason why we even have all the rain to the east is because you have this front and this low pressure system that's stalled out there, dances around, high pressure system kind of figuring out where it wants to go back and forth, keeps on forgetting its wallet, so it comes back. But then eventually it's going to drift out. But in the near term, that's what's keeping us so dry. Now, what you're seeing here Monday at 7 a.m., I do think that our rain chances start to return as this starts to retreat and allows for our next system. But of course, things can certainly change if there is some sort of tropical system. As of right now, everything is very, very calm. So our tropical development is almost null and void for the time being, but that doesn't mean it's going to completely disappear. The only reason why that we're seeing a blank map right now is because of the drier air that took away the chance for Gabrielle a little bit earlier this weekend. So check it out. We have big plumes of atmospheric dust that have been jetting across the trade winds, and that's not good for hurricanes because there are three major things that will weaken a hurricane: wind shear, land, and dry air. There's a little bit of wind shear that also cut it up. So there's always a chance that once you have one tropical wave that later on in its venture, it could reform into something. But as of right now, not being studied or investigated by the National Hurricane Center. So let's dissect our season so far. And I actually want to transition into a little bit of hurricane climatology or tropical cyclone climatology to really show if we're above, ahead of schedule. And as of right now, we've had 6 storms. Fernan was the last one. Only 1 hurricane. I will tell you straight up, that is behind schedule. Usually by September 7th, yesterday, we have 3 hurricanes already in the bag. We did that last year, but as far as named storms go, we're actually a little bit ahead of last year. So what you're seeing right here is if it was ahead or below normal. And anything in the green, I did exclude the June 19th for the 2024. Anything in green really shows a storm that happened ahead of schedule. So storms, the B, C, D, and E names, both this year and last year, were above the curve. Now, Fernan was ahead of the typical storm number 6, August 29th. But the point that I really want to make here is what happened last year. And there's one name that sticks out of all of them here in the Carolinas, and of course that's Helene. But on September 9th is where we officially had the F name. Then 2 days later, you had Gordon. And then it wasn't until about 2 weeks later that you had Helene, followed by Isaac, and then eventually you had the J name that popped up as well. But notice that time frame, how quickly that it increases. So it really wasn't until storm number 11 that they finally got back ahead of schedule, and eventually it did turn into an above average season, where in a given season there's 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, and 3 major ones. So right now we're on pause. We're waiting, but I'm letting you know that there will be a matter of a week span that you have a map like I just showed you, nothing's happening, and then all of a sudden you have 3 to 5 tropical waves that are going to be popping up. So I just want everyone to kind of say, hey, we don't have anything right now, but I definitely think that that will change, and when it does change, it's going to be a big deal. But in the meantime, let's focus in on the good. Let's not worry about impending doom, because it's a fall alert. Today, tomorrow, and the next will be the best feeling days that we're going to have over the next several days. Those dew points are super dry. It's everything that you would want for this time of year. No complaints. This guy's winning. You're winning just because you live here.
We're all winning. James is winning. I'm winning.
Yep.
When you
winning.
I saw the 7 o'clock stream on
Yes.
WCNC Plus, and you said beautiful, no mugginess. It's fantastic.
That's it.
I blow dried my hair.
See, hey,
I blow dried my hair.
and your hair looks great.
You know, it's all important for the girls. We got to think about our hair because it all gets crazy when it gets too humid. So.
Yeah, and our sister station sent us a weather IQ talking about difference in relative humidity and dew point. I'm a dew point guy, so James, one more graphic test. Any dew point that's below 60 isn't humid. It feels great. But today and tomorrow afternoon is literally in the 40s. That is actually very dry. Not so dry that you're going to have a sore throat, chapped lips, dry, but for this time of year, very dry. Now, those values do come back up to the mid-50s, still feeling great, but literally you have the next 7 days that are going to be amazing, but the next couple especially great for great hair days. The only thing that might ruin that is the breeze a little bit later on. But yeah, no, this is a great little run. Enjoy it while we have it. I know that summer will try to make a comeback. We have the mid-80s coming, but this is a nice little sweet stretch.
All right, we will take it. No complaints for a Monday.
That's right.